Climate change could force more than 1 billion people to flee their homes, says major health report in The Lancet, a weekly peer-reviewed general medical journal. Now the big question is, what do entrepreneurs think when they read headlines like this? That's what I'd like to talk with you about today in episode 18 of the Demand Channel show. Let's check that out. So climate change could force more than 1 billion people to leave their homes, according to The Lancet, a weekly peer-reviewed general medical journal. What do entrepreneurs think when they read headlines like this? Does he think that the next 5 years are going to be just like the last 5 years? No. Does she believe that business as usual is the best way to secure her retirement? Of course not. If 1 billion people are forced to relocate, that's going to impact the way that nearly every business operates. So the point is, entrepreneurs know that challenges are always right around the corner and that change can make or break any business. That's why I'm making this video for you today. In this video, I want to share a few practical ways to make sure change doesn't mean getting left behind. I want to show you why entrepreneurs have become modern day heroes and why, especially during trying times, they really are. I want to give you insights into the business philosophies, the mental nuts and bolts of how to set up successful businesses starting from scratch, which Eben Pagan has used multiple times over the years to sell hundreds of millions of dollars of products and help out others succeed in the process. And last, I want to show you how these simple steps can help you launch your own businesses with a solid referral strategy. If you hate hype and you'd rather have clients and customers come to you because you're unique and the quality of your work is excellent, then this is for you. Let's dive into this all with, first of all, a little bit of trivia. Did you know that the word entrepreneur first started being used in reference to somebody who's managing a theater production? It's true, and I think this is a really entertaining way to think about an entrepreneur's role in the world these days, because entrepreneurs aren't just numbers people. It's your job to put on a show, really. So imagine, the lights go down, the spotlight shines brightly on the center stage, and as production manager, it's your responsibility to make sure that the audience loves everything that comes next. And that focus, that's the first key to being a successful entrepreneur, which I want to share with you today. Because by keeping your audience in mind, by keeping how they see you in mind, it's going to be a lot easier for you to know what to think about your business in order to be more successful. Because just like actors and actresses playing out a narrative on the stage, your business, they see your business as part of a whole. They see you as a persona, and if one performer during that presentation, during that play, is out of whack, well then everything's out of whack. Fortunately, the opposite is also true. In Eben Pagan's presentation on how to be an entrepreneur, he shares a story on this exact point, showing us that good productions can actually keep your audience enthralled and wrapped with attention to the point that even when there are service fumbles and accidents, they will still stick with you. Imagine you were buying a car, he says, and they were being really pushy and really condescending, and even when you went in to sign the papers with the person who was taking care of the finances, they tried to add on a bunch of features and a bunch of things that you really didn't want. Well, by the time you got home, you really wouldn't have a good opinion of that business now, would you? And now say 2 or 3 weeks later, something breaks on that car, who are you gonna blame? You're gonna blame those guys that sold you the lemon, right? But if, on the other hand, your experience at the dealership had been amazing, they had really been kind, really been helpful, and you really knew that they had your best interests at heart, if something were to break, well, who would you blame? The manufacturer. So we should see that even if there are problems, it's those businesses who create a great relationship through customer service with their clients. They can maintain the relationships, and that helps make sure they have referral business, repeat business down the line. So people see your business as a human relationship. They see it and they put on words like friendly, trustworthy, honest. And entrepreneurs who get that, who really understand that personal connection, then they have a chance of adding special service touch points into that relationship that make you memorable, that make you easy to get along with, and make you a clear choice among competitors. And all that adds value to that customer's, the lifetime value of that customer to your business. Now, how can you do this quickly and easily, you might ask? Well, this process really touches on one of the most essential technical advantages in any business, which is getting referrals. This is really one and the same, actually. So let me tell you a little quick story to show you how you can do this. You can kill two birds with one stone. Okay? Let's say that there's a dry cleaner that just opened in your town. And since this is kind of a specialty service, the fact that there's an older, more established dry cleaner just a couple blocks away from them doesn't really set them up for success, right? Normally that'd be the case, but fortunately, this dry cleaner was smart enough to put in a referral strategy on day one, which is for every time you visit, they put your name in a lottery to win a bike at the end of the month. And for every 10th visit, they're going to give you a coupon to take the family to the ice cream shop down the street. You know, your kids are the ones messing up your clothes after all. So I know this might sound strange. It's not really related to their core business, but that's the point. When things catch people off guard, they talk. So for example, somebody says, "Hey Jake, nice bike." "Thanks, there's a dry cleaner right down the street that's giving them away." "Did you have a nice weekend?" "Yeah, my mom took us to the ice cream shop because the dry cleaning lady gave us a coupon." "Oh really? Where?" The point is, people love telling stories that make them look like VIPs. So if you put that into the flow of your business, you're going to have a lot of people promoting you free of charge, right? So just like a production manager of a theater, make sure you make an impression, and that gets people passing your name around the block. So when that happens, not only are you going to encourage repeat business from that one client, you're also going to get referrals. You know, people are going to start dropping in to see what all the excitement is about. Next point, how do you choose and how do you create those wow moments in the service relationship story? Let's go back to the theater analogy. So imagine again, it's dark, the second act is ratcheting up, the hero is about to lose it all and the villain is about to win the day. This drama, this tension is exactly what a lot of people might experience when they're buying a house, for example. It's hard, it's stressful, and there's a lot that can go wrong. So to provide some needed levity and to provide some reassurance, the smart real estate agent will create positive reasons for those people to share their story. They can do this in a couple ways. One way that you can do it is to constantly be asking for feedback in your business, and then looking for ways to turn those service pain points into points of service excellence in the future. Now you see this approach a lot on Yelp. There was one quote that said, Wes ran into a repair that he didn't know how to deal with, so he said he'd research it on his own time. I see why he comes highly rated. I'll definitely call again. The second way to get people talking about you is actually, roll up your sleeves, sit down and script these stories out. Here's an exercise you can go through to do that. Number one, get a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, turn it on its side, draw a horizontal line across it, and then put 5 boxes on the top. These are the 5 idealized stages that people are going to go through in order to fall in love with your business, right? Now, put 5 corresponding boxes on the bottom. These are the practical things that your business needs to do in order to make those service touch points a reality. Make sense? So with this exercise, the dry cleaner that I mentioned earlier is able to separate themselves from their competition and get people talking about them. The car dealer is able to script out their contacts with people that come through the door and make sure that each one of them has an excellent experience. And if the real estate agent that I just mentioned used this, well, then they would be able to show up at the office of their clients after they just closed their loan and, bring them flowers, bring them chocolates, bring them cake for the whole office, and spend some time passing out business cards. It's a win-win, right? So scripting out customer experience stories helps make sure your clients are head over heel happy with your services and that they have plenty to talk about whenever they run into their friends. Now let's come back to the topic of change. The next 5 years are not going to be anything like the last 5 years, for better or for worse. That's just a fact of life. But this, for entrepreneurs, always means opportunity. If billions of people are going to be forced out of their homes, displaced over the coming years by increasingly volatile weather patterns like we've been seeing, then there are going to be more and more people that need quality help, your help. And if you're able to provide that help in ways that are better, faster, less expensive, and with greater care for your customers, then you're going to be the one that they turn to again and again rather than your competitors. So take the mindset of the theater manager as entrepreneur. Keep your audience's perspective in mind and create narratives that your customers will rush out and tell their friends. By doing that, not only will you be able to create a business that is not adding a lot of busy work to your plate, it's not burning you out, it's not overwhelming your schedule and lacking results, you'll be on your way to creating a business that gives you the lifestyle you deserve, that shows your kids how to take care of their own lives by example, and sets you up as a leader in the community. Now, this is just a small portion of all the things that you're going to learn about entrepreneurship in Evan Pagan's How to Be an Entrepreneur program. If you'd like more information on that, just go to the link below this video, and looking forward to seeing you there. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you soon.